Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this week's weekly training series here with Trinont. My name is Dan Riley. So excited and happy to have you on board with us tonight, this afternoon. We are privileged and pleased to have with us the founding partner, Mr. Kirby Spencer of ReCredit Co. He is going to be presenting to us today his company's services that they provide to us through our core services. So excited to have him do that for us today. Kirby brings with him 20 years of industry experience and is just really a great partner of ours. We're so excited to have him and his entire staff at ReCredit Company with us as a member of our partnership and also providing the core services to all of you. So Kirby, I'm going to just turn the platform over to you and take it away.
Thank you very much to Dan and all of the Trinont leaderships, the owners. We really appreciate you and our staff. We're just so happy to be working with Trinont, and we really enjoy this partnership. It's very exciting to be able to help so many people and have such a positive impact every day with debt and credit. We are, as you can see here, the phone number. If you ever need to reach us, please call us, leave a message. If we don't answer, we usually get back to people very quickly. Also, there is the email. Please send all emails to this email, vip@recreditco.com. And that number, in case you're listening only, is 650-539-0800. There are so many terms and so many phrases. So much in our life is related to credit. Student loans, you can see credit restoration, even legal recourse and getting new lines of credit. More words: tax liens, bankruptcy, approval, credit cards, fair credit reporting, good credit, restore. So much in our life is related. Employers are now pulling credit. We feel that the #1 problem in the United States is people are not educated or taught the differences between debt consolidation, which is a loan, consumer credit counseling, also known as debt management plan, which is a payment plan. When someone gets into debt and credit problems, they often turn to a local nonprofit organization, which could place them on some type of plan or program for 3 to 5 years where they make payments to pay down the debt. The problem is often lenders look at that type of plan as similar to a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. It's not always the best solution. Even though it seems very friendly, they're a nonprofit organization, people end up damaging their credit and getting into a 3 to 5 year payback plan. It really comes down to budget. What can people afford? Which leads us to debt settlement, another option that's popular. People will pay back a percentage of the debt, usually 40 to 75%. Again, it's a 3 to 5 year plan. And from my experience, 50% of people that sign up for that type of plan will end up dropping out. Maybe they need to file bankruptcy. They just can't keep up with the payments. A lot of problems take place with these types of plans. Bankruptcy, Chapter 7, you eliminate the debt quickly. Chapter 13 is a payment plan, very similar to credit counseling. It may take 3 to 5 years. Also with bankruptcy, it will be reported in public records and recorded in public records. Not sure most people who are going into that realize that this is going through a federal bankruptcy court, and it will be on your record 7 to 10 years if you do nothing about it. And please, if you speak with anyone or you're considering any of these options, it really comes down to budget. After you pay for your housing, transportation, groceries, utilities, insurance, just the basic necessities, after you pay those, what is left over? What can be realistically allocated towards the debt? That's where you really want to look closely at the numbers before you decide any of these options. And then our option would be none of the above. We'll help you improve the credit, build around those negative items and or get the negative items deleted, and a huge chunk or a percentage of your credit score is based on payment history. You always want to rebuild after any negative items. Here's some information. Credit bureaus, the credit reporting agencies, it's very controversial. They get sued all of the time in federal court. Why is that? It's because they're the biggest data brokers in the world. They're here, they exist to make as much money as they can selling data, selling credit reports. They're not there to help us. Here's more information. The Attorney General, State of New York, this was the biggest news of the day, March 9th, 2015. Again, why is it so controversial? Why are these credit reporting agencies in the news and being sued? What we do, we help people. We go through their credit reports with them. We help identify the best solutions for people. We know which items we can get off, and we cannot tell you an exact time. It could take 3 to 6 months. Sometimes people see results in under a month. We're dealing with big football field size phone rooms, and most of it is outsourced. You're not speaking or dealing with people in the United States. But based on what we do for people, we could significantly save people quite a bit of money, whether it's insurance rates on mortgages, auto loans, credit cards. That is our goal, is to save people as much as possible and get their credit scores as high as possible, as fast as possible. Most people in Trinant and most people in general want a new car, a new automobile, a new vehicle. They want new mortgages or to refinance. They want to purchase new houses. They want new credit cards. They want personal credit cards and business credit cards. We find that most people want those three things: new credit, new vehicles, new mortgages, or houses. And that's what we help people do. Get the best rates, the lowest payments, the lowest fees, and the best overall deal. These are some tips for purchasing a house or getting a mortgage. We suggest that when you go through the approval process, do not let them pull your credit, whether it's the mortgage company, the mortgage lender, the credit union, or a bank. Please contact several people at several different companies. Let them know that they'll be competing for your business. Try to get their name, their phone number, their extension, their email, their website, and ask them to send you the information related to the loan. What is the amount of the loan? What is the percentage rate? What is the length in terms of months or years? What are their fees? What are your payments going to be? Is there a prepayment penalty? What credit bureaus or credit reporting agencies do they pull on their end? Are they looking at your Experian, TransUnion, Equifax? Are they looking at the middle score of those three, which is often the case? What you can do is be proactive and get them to send you the information, find out what they need from you, gather it into an organized folder on your computer, usually in PDFs, and then you can email them and let them know, do not pull my credit, just take a look and see what you can give me as far as an estimate. That's all you're looking for, an estimate. Then, after you receive the best information and the best terms, you should know, after analyzing and comparing from several of these different lenders, you make the decision to now allow them to pull your credit, and you'll have a better idea of your scores based on what you see inside of your own free monitoring, which we're going to get to, which is credit.com for Experian and Credit Karma for Equifax and TransUnion. Those are the two free websites that we use to get your scores and your monitoring. They give you credit factors, credit score simulator, and they provide a wealth of information. They spend millions and millions of dollars to give you the trends. They tell you why your scores are going up, why they're going down, how you can improve them. It's very similar when you go to purchase a car. People get very enthusiastic. They get very excited about this purchase, and oftentimes we get the same phone calls or messages saying, the auto dealer just ran my credit 20 or 30 times. What can you do? Well, the damage has been done. The score has gone down. Again, please contact several different people at local banks, local credit unions, nationwide banks. Shop. Try to find out what they can offer you before you let them run the credit. This could save you significantly in the long run because you will get the lowest rates, the lowest payments, the lowest fees, and the best terms, meaning how many months or how many years, the best payment options. Please shop around and do not let them run your credit until you've determined that you have the best lender, and then you can let them run your credit. We do things by phone, we do things via letters, and also online. We do the work for you. We are a turnkey solution. Once you gather your data, which is your 3 credit reports, you set up Credit Karma and Credit.com, you send us that information, we give you an agreement to sign, then we start doing the work on your behalf, and this is how we do it. Most of it is online, some of it is by phone call, and some of it is us preparing letters for you. We use My Case to communicate, which is very simple. It date and time stamps everything. You can contact us via phone, tablet, or computer, and you'll always want to send us a message in My Case. It's very similar to an email. It's very easy to use, and it's very safe and secure. This is why we're able to do what we can do. Fair Credit Reporting Act. There are several different consumer protection laws that are federal, as well as many state consumer protection laws that enable us to do what we do to help people beat the debt collectors, beat the bad guys. If they are violating federal and state laws, we can help you fight back, fight for your rights. We're in a war on debt. A lot of people don't realize it, but debt collectors are taking advantage of people, and there are laws that are in the consumer protection arena that can help us. Many people have seen different credit scores and different systems, and they ask us, why are my scores going up? Why are they going down? Why are there so many different scores? And the answer is there are several different scoring models. FICO is a scoring model used by most of the lenders, and different banks, different credit unions, different credit cards will show you different versions of the FICO score, and they even use other types of scoring models, including Vantage, which is now gaining momentum. But generally, people are in the 500s, going into the 600s, and we help people get hopefully into the 700s, and even if they want to reach the 800s, they can attain those scores as well. There are several different categories that contribute to people's credit scores. A lot of times when we speak with people, their scores are being weighed down because of credit utilization. That means they owe debt. And when they pay down the debt, the scores go up. When they get higher limits and lower balances and older history, the age of the history has a huge impact as well on the credit scores. There's age, there's mix, inquiries, payment history, and utilization. Those are the 5 key factors of everybody's credit score. We have a system to get everything in place. It's on the Trinont website. You will click Recredit, Getting Started, Access, and it will take you to the landing page where you will see how to prepare your documents for us to get started. You'll want to put everything in a folder on your computer related to your debt and credit situation. You'll create a Credit Karma account if you already don't have one. You'll create a Credit.com account if you don't have one. And please order your 3 free reports directly from the bureaus. And the government has made a platform where every person may access 1 free report per year, and that's annualcreditreport.com. Please write down each report number as it appears on the screen. They vanish after a limited amount of time. If you write down that number on paper, you'll have it. Experian has a report number, TransUnion has a file number, and Equifax has a confirmation number. Also, please download each report and save it as a PDF on your computer. That way you can send it to us for us to start doing the work. That's very, very important. Also, we request a picture ID, and you may send this to us to vip@recreditco.com. All of this information is on the website. Annualcreditreport.com. It's very important that you go there to access your reports. There's also a phone number. Sometimes people have problems. They don't always give you access to your reports immediately. Sometimes they'll give you 1 or 2. Sometimes they'll give you all 3. Don't panic. Don't worry. We'll help you. Or you can simply call to request them and order them. Some people require additional help. Maybe they've moved. They've changed names. There's something holding them up security-wise. Don't panic. Don't be nervous, scared, or worried. We'll help guide you through it. But just know that you can do your best at annualcreditreport.com to get the raw reports. They have more information on them than any other credit report you could get, acquire, or purchase. Please do not pay for any reports or any scores. We'll help you with that. My Case is the online tool that date and time stamps our communication. It stores all of the documents, and it's a very, very valuable tool that we use all day, every day to communicate with everybody. Please do not sign up for any offers or free trials from My Case. We will send you a link. All you'll have to do is click on the link to enable your free sub-account under our account. We will communicate via My Case. You will be receiving the results of the disputes either in the mail or by email. Unfortunately, we're not able to choose which way the credit reporting agencies give you the information or send you the results, but all you need to do is log in to My Case and simply send us the new number, Experian report number. Sometimes they have a 2-digit ID with Experian. Please send us both the report number and the ID number, TransUnion file number, Equifax confirmation number. And we only need the results of the investigation or the disputes. The 3 credit reporting agencies, again, are Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Debt collectors, a lot of people that we talk with and that are enrolling in our process have debt collectors. Please keep in mind that anything they do almost is a violation. When they call your cell phone, that's a violation. They don't have authorization. Speak with us if you're getting those types of calls, or if you know people who are getting those calls. We may be able to help. Even if it's not for you, it's still a violation, and you or that person may be eligible to receive money based on federal and or state violations as well. A lot of times it is not the best decision to pay debt collectors. They're paying 3 to 5 cents on the dollar for bits and pieces and fragments of your information. It's not about the debt. It's about their violations in the collections of an alleged debt. And we can talk more about it if you or someone you know has these types of issues or matters. Please get us the documents as fast as possible, because everything is date and time sensitive. All of the letters, anything related to any court matter, we're not lawyers. We cannot give you legal advice, but we can certainly discuss the matter with you and maybe point you in the right direction or try to get you some help in your area. This is like Pac-Man to us. If anyone has ever played Pac-Man, you'll know that ghosts chase you around, and when you eat the big dot, you're able to go chase the ghosts. We feel like we're chasing the ghosts most of the time. We can help people. What we say when a debt collector says you owe money is who says, prove it, and by what authority? What power do they have? What is their contract with the original creditor? How would you know if you owe them money? What is the agreement? Most of the time, they're in multiple violations of federal and state laws. It's not what people think it is. It's more than just a score with us. We want to help educate people and spread the word. So many people in the United States and beyond need this type of information. We're not taught this in school. They teach us chemistry, biology, geometry, algebra, but they're not educating us on mortgages, real estate, laws related to debt and credit. And they certainly don't teach us about debt and credit and scores and preparing for credit cards and mortgages and real estate and auto and vehicle purchases. These are things that we have to do every day, and we have to be familiar in order to really navigate through the financial world that we're in. And student loans, that's another big topic. Here's an example of credit flow. How many people do you know who are in the insurance industry, in the mortgage industry, real estate industry, financial planning? So many people have access to so many other people who may have these types of debt and credit difficulties. People may be getting turned down or denied credit. These are the types of people you will be able to attract based on your information and your knowledge. And people don't know, they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Really be out there talking, sharing information, and listening. That's the key. Our process is included in the core membership for Trinont members unless they have more complicated cases, such as public information, meaning bankruptcies, judgments, tax liens, complicated government student loans. If anyone has those types of items and they're a Trinont member, Trinont will charge an additional $25 a month until all of those items are deleted from all 3 credit reports or removed. And that may be 1 item on 1 report or 10 items on each of the 3 different reports. It's still the same cost, $25 a month, flat fee for Trinont members. If you want to refer somebody who's not in Trinont, it would be $99 a month, flat fee. No matter what is on the credit, it will just be $99 a month for that non-Trinont member. I want to thank you again and thank Trinont, Dan, and all the people in the headquarters. They're doing a great job. All the leaders in the field, thank you for all that you're doing. Please don't hesitate to contact us by phone or by email. If you have any questions about any of these matters, please contact us And I'm going to turn it back over to you, Dan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kirby. That was excellent. I appreciate you your willingness to come on today with us and share that great information and update us on some of the updates and changes that have happened with your services. So thank you so much. It was wonderful. So we're going to go ahead and open it up as our usual to questions. I have not seen any questions come in on the question, anyone typing it in. If you have a question for Kirby and regarding credit services, we need to make sure that we try to keep them very general. We don't want to ask anything that would be more specific to you, although you can take a specific question that you have in your case, and if you can generalize it so it doesn't reveal any personal information to the whole company. But we sure love it if you want to have any questions. We take a few minutes to answer a few. If you would like to ask your question live, go ahead and raise your hand on your control panel. And if you have a microphone on your computer, or if you're listening over your telephone, you can do it that way. So we'll take a moment to look for people to type in a question or two. And if we don't see any questions, we'll go ahead and end it at that point. Well, Kirby, you must have done a wonderful job because everyone has all their questions answered. So that's great. I appreciate it. I don't see any questions coming in, folks. If you do it, it happens every time. As soon as I say there are no questions, a question shows up. So here we go. Let me take a look at this. Okay, so Kirby, Janet asked the question. It's her understanding that mortgage companies won't give you the terms until after you give or they get your credit score. Is that true?
That is true, Dan and Janet, yes. But here's what you can do. You can present them a package which shows your income, your assets, your credit scores from Credit Karma and Credit.com. And of course, the first thing they'll say is, well, these aren't really your true scores. We need to pull your credit. And what you'll want to say is, sure, I understand, but at least you can give me an estimate. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for an estimate. You shop around, get several estimates, and then when you decide who the best option is, then you can let them pull your credit.
Excellent. We have a question coming from Henandina. I'm going to go ahead and open your microphone. You would like to ask a question live? You're self-muted, Jill. You'll have to unmute yourself. There you go.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Here, yeah. Okay. Yes, hi. If you mentioned something about how they're not supposed to contact you via cell phone. So if that has already happened, then what are our recourse? I mean, what do we do at this point to let them know that they're not supposed to call by cell phone? I mean, does that mean that they're only supposed to contact you by letter or by telephone, like a landline?
A great question. What happens is the original creditor, you may have given them, or the client may have given them authorization when they enrolled or signed up to get the credit card. They may have provided their home phone or land phone and potentially cell phone, email, and of course home address. Now what happens is if someone does not pay the original creditor, and this may apply to medical bills, student loans, credit cards, there's a lot of different types of debt, but when a third-party debt collector purchases that information, bits and pieces and fragments of that client's information or person's information, then what authority do they have to contact the consumer? Sometimes when they send a letter, the letter in itself is a violation, or there are certain words or phrases in the letters that violate Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. That's the #1 consumer protection law related to debt. Another thing that you brought up is Telephone Consumer Protection Act. What gives them the authority to call someone's cell phone or home phone? It has been ruled upon by the Federal Trade Commission that debt collectors get one chance. They get one call, even if it's a wrong number. That is not a violation. But it is a violation if they call after the first time without your authorization, and if they're using an automated telephone dialing system or ATDS equipment. And it says that it's a $500 violation up to $1,500 per call, per violator, or per violation. If you tell them to stop and they keep doing it, then it escalates from $500 up to $1,500. Now, there are some subtleties and nuances. We could go on for hours about it, but just know that it may be a violation, and that person may be eligible to receive money based on the violations, but it's a case-by-case basis. The best thing to do would be to gather the evidence. What does the lawyer want? He wants pictures where it shows the date, the time, and the number that called, not just today or yesterday or 2 days ago. I know how cell phones show past calls, so you want to get the snapshot where it shows the date, the time, and the number that called. You'll want to type in that number into Google or research that number to find out who is calling and see if that company is a legitimate company in the United States, because a lot of times people are getting calls, they don't know where they're coming from, and there's no way to trace the company who's calling. So you'll want to gather that information. If they're sending letters, you'll want those letters, and you put everything into a folder, and we can provide some more information about that and help if you contact us through that phone number or through that email.
Great. Thank you, Kirby. You mentioned in your presentation regarding student loans. What can you do for student loans? Is there something specific you can do for student loans that are different than other types of debt?
Student loans are very controversial. I think I heard somewhere recently that combined, people in the United States owe the federal government over $955 billion, and it's growing every day. There are also private student loans, and sometimes the student lenders do not have to follow or abide by the same laws that other debt collectors have to abide by. For instance, people can get their wages garnished. They may get their bank accounts garnished if they do not pay their student loans. And this is a huge, huge problem. Yes, we can help people with the credit aspect of student loans, and yes, we're working on getting set up to be able to do more to help. Please contact us and have us put you on our list. Hopefully we'll be coming up with a more of a turnkey solution to help people with student loans. Currently, we are not set up here in March of 2017, but hopefully in April of 2017, we'll be rolling out a turnkey solution to help people with potentially lower payments, lower fees, overall lower amounts, but it's not ready quite yet.
Great, thank you. So a couple other questions. Actually, Janet would like to ask a question live. Janet, I'm going to unmute your microphone. Go ahead. Janet, are you there? Nope, she has not there. So let's move on to another question. So Kirby, I know that that you've been talking a lot about a U.S. Some of the U.S. laws. What is your? Could you just share with us briefly, as far as Canada is concerned, if some of these laws exist in a similar form in that country?
Canada does have laws. They are not as utilized. They're not as time-tested as in the USA. Much of what we've seen in Canada is they have these types of things, and we've had success there with our process, but it just takes longer, and I believe from what we've learned there is they're not as pro-consumer there in Canada. Maybe they're more pro-business, but you would have to contact a lawyer. What we do is advise people to type in the words debt and defense, and you might want to type in your city or region or province in Canada and try to contact. I'm not sure if they're allowed to use the word lawyer or attorney. One of those might be the solution in Canada. And same thing in the USA. If you are getting sued, if you are going through some type of garnishment or an extreme situation, you will want to try to locate a debt defense lawyer or attorney. You might even want to punch in some of these terms that we've been using today, FDCPA for Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. You may want to type in something related to consumer protection attorney in your state, city, county, region, town, somewhere near you to try to locate an expert to help you if it's an extreme situation, or contact us about it.
Great. So Janet, it looks like you do have a question. I'm going to unmute your microphone. Go ahead. So I guess Janet's not there, or maybe her microphone's not working. Janet, if you have a question, go ahead and type it in. Maybe that'll help. So Kirby, you have talked a lot of, and everyone knows that your credit scores are seriously impacted by people, or by filing for bankruptcy. You mentioned that in your presentation. What can you do to help with bankruptcies? Like we all know or hear that bankruptcies are on your credit report for a very long time. What can you do about bankruptcies?
Well, what we've learned, Dan, great question by the way, is when you access your 3 free reports directly from the source, again, that's annualcreditreport.com. They give you the raw reports with the numbers on them that are directly from the source, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. The reason why we want to see those reports is it will show you the month and the year that that item or that trade line or remark is due to be removed in their terms from your reports. Oftentimes you'll see, for instance, today it's 2017, if somebody has one of those public records, liens, judgments, bankruptcies, it may show that the date that item is due to be removed is 2020, 2021, even 2022 or beyond. Well, who wants to wait that long for that item to be removed or deleted? We have strategies and tactics that enable us to potentially get those items removed, and we've had very good success. Again, we cannot tell you the exact date or how long it will take because we're dealing with companies that are in perpetual or constant violation of state and federal laws. But there are strategies to get those items deleted due to the fact that they are not following the laws. They make more money being out of compliance. So without getting into all of the details, we do have a great history of getting those types of items deleted. It doesn't always happen fast for people, but I would say a good percentage of people see very positive results with debt collectors or collections getting deleted, bankruptcies, judgments, tax liens, usually within 3 to 6 months. And if it's more complicated, the more items, the newer, the more severe items, it could take up to a year or even longer.
Great, thank you. So Nina asked a question about educational services and wants to know if we can, let's see, are there any educational services that she can share with prospective Trinont clients? Nina, I'm not sure if I understand your question. You can share or you can sell Trinont credit services to potential clients? Are you looking for some kind of promotional materials or takeaways, flyers, PDF documents like that? Maybe you can just type in a yes or a no quickly. Well, let's assume the answer is yes. Kirby, what have you got that individuals can share? We can share with individuals that maybe are considering joining Ternant.
Well, I would have them review the website, which, by the way, we are revising the website. We're going to have a lot more information, some more educational information there as well. Please contact us, VIP@recreditco.com, if you want something particular or special. Maybe you want to do some marketing in your area, or you want some flyers or brochures or information. We may be able to customize something for you or help. We do have something for everybody so far. We've been contacted by other people who have wanted things to help, and we can do that.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, Nina, if you want to understand what is included in the when you get access to Recredit, that information is found, on the website, and that's what you can share with them through the back office information that is found there, as well as the information that we share with you through the Ternant Builder app. So there are some materials there. So check that out, and you'll be able to I think share. And we'll continue to update and add additional information, additional documents, and help that will help you to share this information. But ultimately, I would say this as a overarching answer to all of the Ternant product services offering, is that you are the best marketing material for these products that we could ever provide. If you are a product of the product, if you have used your services with Recredit or with Ternant Defend or the TaxBot, or regardless of whatever that core product is, if you have used it and you have seen great results with it, then you are going to be the best marketing tool you have. Because who doesn't, if you went to a movie and you told me you saw the movie but didn't like it, I'm not going to go to it either. But if you saw the movie or went to the restaurant and said how great it was, I'm going to be more interested in going to those same things. So you are the best marketing material and tool that you have. So be a product of the product, Nina, and also all of those that are listening to this either live or on the recording. So I don't see any other questions that have come in. We're going to go ahead and end the webinar. We've kept you about 45 minutes. We'd like to not stay too much longer than that. So we're going to go ahead and end. Once again, thanks so much to Recredit Company, especially Kirby, for his time today. And we will be putting this in the back office, recorded. This has been recorded, so this will go into the back office with all the others. And we look forward to having you listen to this over and over if you've missed any part of it. So once again, folks, thanks again. We're so excited to have you members of Ternant. Have a great weekend. We will talk to you next week at the same time, where we're going to talk about our tax services, and we'll have our CPA, Mr. Craig Bittman, who will be our guest that day, and he will be discussing tax services, kind of timely since we are right in the throes of tax season. So we're excited to have you on board. Thanks again. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, everybody.